What challenges does ethnosemantics face in translation? Imagine trying to share a story from one culture to another, but some words just don't have a direct match. That's what ethnosemantic translation is all about. It's the study of how different cultures understand and categorize the world through language. But translating these ideas isn't always straightforward. Many ethnosemantic terms are deeply tied to a culture's unique practices, beliefs, or environment. These words often describe things or ideas that don't exist in other cultures, making it hard to find exact equivalents. This is called untranslatability. For example, a word describing a specific social role or natural phenomenon in one culture might have no counterpart elsewhere. This makes it tricky for translators to convey the full meaning. Another challenge comes from how language shapes our perception of reality. Different languages divide and label experiences in unique ways. When translating, it's not just swapping words but trying to carry over entire systems of thought. If a culture sees the world through a certain lens, translating that lens into another language can distort or lose some of its meaning. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. The translator must interpret these cultural worldviews carefully. The person doing the translation also faces ethical questions. Should they adapt the original meaning to fit the new culture or keep it as close to the source as possible? This decision affects how the culture is represented. If they domesticate the translation, it might make sense to the new audience but lose some cultural authenticity. If they foreignize it, they keep the original flavor but risk confusing or alienating the audience. It's a balancing act that can influence how cultures are understood across language boundaries. Languages are also alive and constantly changing. Words carry emotional weight, social status, or performative cues that are hard to translate. Some ethnosemantic terms are linked to oral traditions or nonverbal cues, which don't easily transfer into written or different languages. For example, a gesture or a tone of voice might be essential to understanding a word's full meaning but can't be captured in writing. From an anthropological view, these translation challenges show that sharing cultural meanings isn't just about words. It's about understanding and respecting different ways of seeing the world. Translators often use strategies like adding explanatory notes, borrowing words directly from the original language, or creating new words to fill gaps. Sometimes, they work closely with native speakers to get closer to the true meaning. Still, some cultural nuances might be lost or misunderstood. That's why being aware of these issues and approaching translation with care is so important in anthropology. It helps ensure that the rich diversity of human cultures is represented as accurately as possible, even across language barriers.